Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So in yesterday's video, we saw the strategy, the rules of the strategy. What I'm going to show you today is how these rules can be applied in an automated manner to the universe of stocks that we are talking about, which is Nifty 500. So before I do that, let's go through a manual trade setup, how this trade would run manually to make the rules much clearer, and then I will take you through the automation part, how I'm doing it and how it will evolve in the future. So let's take a stock, for example, TCS. Let's say today I'm starting the strategy. I want to find entries and exits in this strategy, in this stock. So what I do initially is record the low of this. If I start on this day, for example, you record the low of the stock. So what happens is, so initially all the stocks are out of cycle, meaning, okay, I assume that none of them are trending. Now I need to find stocks that are bouncing off of a low. So if I go and start looking at the lows, let's say I started here. So, okay, let me zoom in for a bit. So let's say you recorded the low here. Then the next day it closed here. So you move, or you basically move your low record reference, low reference here. So that's here. So that's 3977. Again, you find a lower low, you move it. So as long as you're finding lower lows, you need to come down and catch the stock from there. So you go on, you find another low. Has it bounced 20%? I don't think so. So you don't need to worry for the moment. So there's one more low here, the one more here, then comes here, you have here, blah, 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 yeah, you come here. So you found a low and the stock started moving upwards. So what are we at? We are at 3670. 0.95. What we can do is, okay, I put here 3670 and the 20% of that. So I want the stock to move above 4404 if I need to consider it for buying. So let's go ahead and mark another. That's the entry that I will be looking at. Uh, so let's bring in another line. So what was the number? 4404. Okay, so on the day it made a low. I'm also okay, 4404 somewhere. Yeah, so that's about it. So I want the stock to close above this to consider it for buying. Then days pass. Okay, the stock is moving upwards. It it is not closed above, so nothing, no need to worry here. Yeah, there is our entry. So on which day? So I'm buying the stock on 19th of August 2024. So you buy it here on the opening of the next day after the close above here. So once you buy it, what you do is, you know, the stock has made a high now. Now you don't care about the low, the lowest low, but what you need to now look at is the stock coming back 20% from the highest high that it has made. So now what you do is, there was a highest high here on the day of signal. The next day it closed here. So you want the stock to move below 20% from here. So another high, another high. So there is this high 4553, 4551. So this is the highest high. So 4553. Yeah. So the stock, okay, started coming back. What we do is, okay, draw the 20% line below it. So this is 4553. So I'm looking for 4553 retracing by 20%. Okay, sorry, that's 0.8. So I want the stock to close below 3642 to exit from this trade. 3642, let's mark it down. I already have a line, so 3642, that's somewhere here. Okay, slightly above, doesn't matter. Okay, 3643, yeah, so that's fine. It's rough. So you are looking the stock to come down below that, and eventually it comes and closes below here. That's on 25th of uh, February 2025. So you entered the stock here and then you exited here. Now the stock has again become out of cycle. So when it is out of cycle, the next thing that we do is count the lower low, or record the lower low. So here you have one more lower low, comes down, down, and here you have, yeah, it doesn't come up more. Sorry for that. So yeah, you start again looking for lower lows. Here it moves here. I don't know if it has made any high up to that. Doesn't seem like it. Let's have a quick look if it has crossed 20%. 2887, or this one to be exact, 2888. So 2888. So I want the stock to be closing above 3465, which I doubt if it ever did. Yeah, no. So you don't make anything, you just keep looking at the low, and if it is bouncing back, I don't think it's 20%, so I'm just going to say, yeah, okay, we are at 2057 now. If I need to enter the stock, it has to come above what level now? 205, no, no, no. So this was a low, that is 2059. So 2059. Okay, what happened? So I need the stock to close above 2470. 2470, somewhere here. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, this is how the manual execution would look like, but I cannot do it manually because I have 500 stocks to follow, and it's insane to look at 500 stocks every day and check if they have crossed 20% on either side. Okay, so let's go to how we are doing it, how I am doing it in an automated manner. So basically, I do it with a state of the stocks. So I have simple state machine for all the stocks. Let's go here. Yeah. So each stock has two states at any given time, a point of time. So either it is out of cycle or it is in cycle. So when it is out of cycle, I'm looking for the stock to bounce 20% from the lowest low. And if it is so, I go in cycle, I buy it. Not that I will buy it, but I will consider it is in cycle. So it has given me a buy signal, irrespective of whether I buy it or not, it is in cycle. So once it is it has given the buy signal, I need to now record the highest highs. And then once the stock is closing 20% below the highest high, again the stock is considered out of cycle. It's pretty simple. And to do so, and some of the other fields that I need to carry with these two attributes is I'll probably explain here. So let's go. Come on, what is happening? Okay, the slideshow won't work in offline, so it's okay. So when I have basically these four meaningful attributes that I carry to make sensible decisions. So the state itself, the stock is in cycle. So either it's true or false at any given point of time. Okay, it's good, and then it is back. Yeah, so at any given point in time, the stock is either true or false for this in cycle attribute. And then reference low, which is just a closing price if the stock is out of cycle and it's a closing lowest low. I mean, if something is closing below the previous low, I record it and that becomes the new reference low. Yeah, this is what I just said. So if a stock is not in cycle and the close of today is less than the previous lowest low that I have recorded, the reference low, the new lowest low becomes today's close. It's simple. So what about the highest high? It's the opposite. When the stock is in cycle, meaning it has given a buy signal, and now I need to track the highest high that it has made. So if it is in cycle and the close is above the previous highest high, then what I do is, okay, today's highest high becomes, today's close becomes the new highest high. Simple. So, and there is another event that I need to capture, the cycle event. Is there a change today that is happening? So I don't need to look at stock. I mean, I don't want to look at stock every day and count the 20% from there. It doesn't make sense. So I need to know when the stock is making a change in direction, that when it is flipping. That is what I mean here. So never mind. So cycle event. What does it mean? So is there a change in cycle? Is the stock flipping today? If the answer is no, it's zero. And if the stock is changing from not being in cycle to being in cycle, then of course it's a buy signal. And if the stock is changing or flipping where it is in cycle and now it is going out of cycle, so then it's a sell or exit. So it's not sell, it's exit from the buy, because it's long only strategy for me. So it's basically exit here. Yeah. So how is it updated every day? So if the stock is in cycle and today's close is less than the highest high that I have recorded into zero point 0.8, so I need to look for 20% retracement in the stock. So if the close is below 80% of the highest high, then I need to exit. And if the stock is not in cycle and the close is above the 120%, that's the 20% from the reference low, I need to buy it. So from the low, if it has gone above 20%, I need to buy it. Or not I need to buy it, but it's a buy signal. So it depends on whether I do have open positions to fill. So yeah, and then the simple way that you need to scan every day is I'm looking for all the 500 stocks and I'm looking for these events. If the cycle, is there a buy signal? Is there a sell signal? What are these stocks that have given buy signals? And what are the stocks that have given sell signal? So that's a simple way to run this algorithm.